Hi everyone, I'm Sonata. I'm a bridal specialist. I'm from New York. I just wanted to speak today a little bit about myself. I don't know if probably you guys know me, doing only brides, but I just wanted to speak a little bit, let you know, guys, a little bit about my life. This is because of my friend Lena. She's here from Russia, and she made me do this. I said, why not? So I'm going to speak a little bit about myself, about my family, and also about my classes, Instagram, probably all that stuff. So this is how I started. I came here in this country when I was 19 years old. The thing, like how I started to become a hairstylist, was because I was pregnant. I had my daughter so young. I wanted to start something that was a little bit easier for me. So I chose hairstyling, not thinking that it's gonna go this way, but I really I liked it because when I was young, I would groom my grandfather, I would cut my grandma's hair, my neighbor's hair. So that's how I always like to make everybody pretty in my family and my neighbors. I was like, okay, this should be fine for me. Okay, so I was 20 years old when I had my daughter Diana. As you guys know, that's Diana D. Styles. She is my mini-me. Then I have another daughter who's Layla. She's 5. She'll be 6 soon. And my husband Agron, who's Luxury Ride.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars.
So I did work in a salon for 20 years. Right before that, I was working in a city, but because of my daughter was so young, I wanted to be closer to her, so I found a job that is closer to me, which is in Staten Island. I worked there for 20 years. I was very picky with my clients. I was very perfectionist, so when they used to come, I used to do their styling, but I used to run after them. Like if the hair wasn't the right way, I would run after them and make sure the hair would be in the place. Even they would go to the receptionist and pay. I would be like, oh, wait, the hair is not right. Wait, let me fix it. Like that. That's how I started. So I feel like it caught people's eyes, and also that's how the brides used to love it, because everybody wants somebody who's perfectionist. And I was perfectionist, I have to say. I never cared so much about money as much. I wanted to make sure that the person is perfect. I wanted to make sure the person looks perfect for the event or for the wedding, either way. So I would work in a salon 5 days a week. It would be I would have a bride. For example, the bride would book me up in the morning. I would start her 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, which was not easy, it was hard. But then I would go straight to the salon, work for the whole day, and go back for a touch-up. But I became single mom very young, when I was 25 years old, so I had no choice but being the best. Whatever I was like, I gotta be the best because I have to support this child on my own. So I used to take Diana to work with me. So this was beginning of freelancing world. Before, the brides used to go to the bridal salons, or anywhere the salons were. They would go to the salons to get ready. But now things start changing. I felt like I changed it too. More likely, I felt I changed the bridal world, going to people's houses, to hotels, making sure they are comfortable around the families, around the cameras, around they wanted to feel comfortable around their homes. So I remember one time I had a bride I will never forget. She came to the salon and I did her hair, and I will never forget walking her to the car, and she was shaking and shivering and so nervous to drive. I was like, oh my God, this is not good, because she's driving home, so this is not safe for the bride. It's actually good. People are doing their hair, and the brides are doing hair at homes, because it's just more safer. They don't have to, God forbid, have any accident because they're nervous or they're like stressed out, because most of the brides day of the wedding are very nervous and stressed out. I know how they are because I deal with them. they are the cutest, but listen, I would get nervous too if I was a bride. I don't mind them. They're the best. Okay, about Diana. This is my daughter Diana.
Hi everyone.
On Instagram she's Diana D Styles. She's been doing hair since very, very young, 3-4 years old, around that age.
Yeah.
I used to bring her to the salon with me, and she used to stay in the corner and do mannequins or dolls, playing with them all day long, and that's how she started. Now it became
I
her.
wanted to be like my mom.
Now it became her profession. So she's very good. I'm so proud of her. She makes me so proud. She does amazing work. Every time she posts, I'm like, oh my God, you did a beautiful job. I always hype her up.
She's my biggest supporter.
So I just have to say I'm very, very proud of her, and she's doing great. And I feel like she has my hands.
No one can have your hands.
You know, so many times I ask her, like when it comes to the brides, I'm like, what do we do with her? What? She always gives me ideas, and I give her ideas too.
Yeah.
So we share, especially
we love
for brides.
together.
Yes,
you know?
we do.
You don't really see that often, mother and daughter, and like.
Yeah,
together.
it's fun.
Okay.
Here you go. And also Layla too. Layla is an artist too. I think she's gonna be a stylist too. She, for sure. And Layla, she is a supermodel. Look at that. She has to show it off, Layla. Show it off. Show it other side, in the back. What else? I have my sister Drita, who does makeup. She is my biggest supporter. My whole family is my supporter. But Drita is like the one like always pushing me, like, come on, Sonata, you can do it. She was the one to push me from beginning.
Hi, my name is Drita. I'm known as Glamour by Drita. I'm Sonata's sister. Sorry, I wasn't prepared for this because I just came to say hello, and my sister's like, oh, I just want to, introduce you that we are sisters. And yes, we are sisters. Some people know and some people don't. But working with Sonata, I love it. Sometimes can be very stressful, as you know, because nobody's more honest than your sister. We could tell each other, like, no, you do this, you do that, and we can hurt each other's feelings sometimes, but we get over it really quickly. We can never go to bed without saying goodnight, but we love each other, and we work really well together. I also work really well together with Diana too. She is my favorite. No, they're both my favorites. I love them both, but Sonata is very, very particular when it comes to her bride. And I feel like I'm the same way too. So that sometimes can be stressful, but making the bride look perfect, that's really, really important. And I'm sure brides can feel that we are very honest, very particular, and we want to make sure that they look perfect.
And here I am now. We work together. The whole family works together. Me, Drita, Diana, my husband is Luxury Rides, the Rolls Royce guys. That's my husband. And my whole family is in. When I was a single mom, I was here by myself. I didn't have my parents here, no one here besides my sister who was married at that time. So it was a little tough because everyone was in Europe. I was here on my own. So I had no nannies, no babysitters. It was really tough. So did not have the easiest life, guys. Just letting you know. Anything I did, it was not easy, but you have to force yourself. You have to force anything you do in life. You have to force and get out there and do your best. That's what I think. I always try to do good things too. I did help a lot of stylists out there, like helping was like them shadowing me, practicing with me, like watching my brides, working on the brides, handling my pants or anything, and they were practicing, and now they're one of the best stylists out there too, and they're amazing. This is the reason I'm saying, because helping people, it's amazing too in this industry, because we have to help. And wasn't even charging people, just like helping them, like, okay, you can shadow me, you can watch me, and now they make a great living. They do great. classes started maybe 6 years ago. I'm talking about 6 years ago, classes started. But a lot of people used to ask me, please, can we have a class with you? But I would be so nervous because my English is not 100% perfect because this is my second language, that I would be nervous to be a teacher. But I was a good worker, like I would do the brides perfect, but when it came to teaching, I was like, oh, I don't know if I can teach, but I guess I learned how to teach as well, because this is how it started. There were 3 girls from Argentina. They came here that broke the ice. 3 girls from Argentina came in New York City for a show. They were like, please, Sonata, give us a class, please, please, please. I was like, oh no, I don't do classes. I really don't. But they were like, please, let's do a class together. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And that's how I started, with 3 students. And then it came to like 20. Then the third time was 100 people in my class. So I was like, okay, I guess I can do this, because I never did it before. But I guess I became a teacher too, besides a bridal specialist. It's amazing. I love my job so much. Every day I wake up, I'm like, oh God, I love my job, and I cannot wait to go next day to work. And I tell my husband too, I'm like, I'm so bored home, I want to go to work. It's like an art for me. Like when I do a bride, and especially that it's like a special day in their life, it's like such a pleasure to make them feel amazing. It's one day in their life, it never comes back. You want to make sure they are perfect. Like their day has to be, especially starting with hair, because if the bride likes the hair, she's gonna like everything. Like if the hair doesn't look good, she's not gonna like, not the makeup, not the dress, nothing will complete. So the hair, I feel the hair, everything is, it's important. The hair, the makeup, the dress. But I feel like for women, the hair is so important because it shapes your face, it shapes your body. It's like, has to be perfect. And that one thing that I always make sure is, like, I'm very picky. I want to make sure the front of the hair has to be perfect. Otherwise, I will never leave that bride. I'm like, I check until it's like perfection. Even I would walk them to the limo, making sure, like, okay, the hair did not move. And a lot of my brides know that, because I tell them, like, do not, I give them rules before I leave. I tell them, like, please don't move your hair this way, or like I will FaceTime them too. I make sure I tell them, please FaceTime me if I'm not there when I leave. If I have to go to another bride, I'm like, please FaceTime me when you put the dress. So make sure the hair is in the perfect position the way I left, because hair is hair. It can move obviously, and it can get, a little messy. So if they listen when I tell them, it's gonna look perfect. Most of the time, 99%, it's perfect. I want to make sure all my brides look the best the day of the wedding. And I do love my job so much. And this is how Diana is too. She is taking my footsteps. So she is doing really good. It's a lot of excitement. So we're like, we love our brides so much. So one more thing about Instagram. So I want to speak to you guys about Instagram. Instagram, I started, I think 2011, maybe like 10 years ago. And this is, before it was Facebook. So I started Bridal World way before Facebook and Instagram. So what happened, like I would have all my brides from my community. I'm Albanian from Montenegro. So I would have every single bride that was in my Albanian community, I would do their hair. So this was before Facebook and Instagram. So then Facebook started, that I would start to have other clientele, like a lot of Russians, a lot of Italians, every kind. So it was amazing like that. I was able to mix a lot of different people. So when Instagram started, that blew up. That everybody was inspired, because I would go there and take videos, even though it was like on top of the chairs, on top of the couches. I would go anywhere just to make sure to get a perfect video. Whatever it would take. Even that when I was 9 months pregnant, that Lauren laughs at me all the time. I was 10 days before my birth with Layla. I was on the top of the couch taking a video of the bride just to make sure I get a perfect video for Instagram. So that's how I really did it. It was no help, no buying followers. It was just everything myself. So everything I did here, it was everything by myself. In this business, it's as much as I love it, and it's hard too when you have family, because I have to make sure that I get booked so in advance. So it's very hard to make any plans with a family, with weddings, family weddings. I never go to family weddings. I never go to family events. I miss everything else. It's kind of really hard, but thank God my husband is understanding. He's kind of the same industry as me, so he understands me. But it's hard, but he got comfortable with it. But it's not easy, just because we get booked a year, 2 years ahead, and it's not easy to kind of like do something with a family. That's the only thing that we miss out a lot. And you can never cancel anyone. You can never cancel if something happens, God forbid, like it's like only thing, like if you are very sick in the hospital, that's the only time that you would cancel. You can never cancel the bride, because they choose you because they love you, and they want you to do their hair. So that's the only thing that you miss out. The big events, the family parties, because I would wake up for 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, so it's very hard to go anywhere, because when you know that you have to wake up so early, it's very hard to do anything. I'm trying. Everybody tells me, please, Sonata, slow down, slow down. I'm trying, but it's hard. One thing I have to tell you guys. Okay, so this summer was, I know 2022 is very busy. I'm looking forward to see all my brides. But I have to tell you guys, 2020 was very tough. Fitting every bride in the schedule, and also like having everyday weddings, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every single day. So I just want to tell you a little story. I don't know if you guys want to laugh, but I was so tired every week. Like I was exhausted and not thinking, because I do it so much and like my body gets so used to it, and like you don't realize why you're so tired. So I never check how many brides I have in the schedule. I never check. My assistant does it. She's amazing at it. So one day I was just so tired, like drained, so drained. And I'm like, why am I so tired? Why am I so tired? Why do I feel like this? So I'm like, you know what? I tell my husband, like, let me check my schedule, because let me see how many brides I had this week. I had 26 brides in 1 week. I was like, oh, that's why I'm tired. Like I said, you get so used to it, you don't realize your body just keeps going and going and going. So even my day off, I don't know what to do with myself. If I'm not doing a bride or I'm not productive, I feel like down and depressed. I don't feel like I'm good enough. So I do love my job. And if you want to be good in your life or anything you do have to love your job, because you'll do really well in your life. I just wanted to show you guys my photo. I had my wedding session in Las Vegas, Red Rock Canyon. I just wanted to share that and tell all my brides, try to do something that is timeless and something that you're gonna still love your photos. When I look at my photo, I still love the way it looks, just because it's me. I'm simple, so I just love the way it looks. So to all my brides, try to do something that it's you, but enhance you, and then you're gonna look at the photos that even 10 years from now, you're gonna still love the way you look. I recommend that very highly. This is my other photo, and I'm in love with this photo. It's right behind, it's Red Rock Canyon, and I think photo shoots are the best, guys. I feel like I will not give this up for any wedding or anything. So any people that they did photo shoots, I feel like go ahead, because that's the best idea, because the photos are everything. I want to give some advice to the new bridal stylists out there, because we are so many of us and they are all amazing. It's plenty work for all of us. So I'm just thinking, like, if you want to be good, you always have to look for new styles. Don't get stuck in one look, because like I said to everybody, and also in my classes, we do love Hollywood looks, but we also have to bring out some new looks, some new styles, because kind of gets boring after a while. So I feel like I try my best to bring new things as much as I could, even if it's the same or just change a little bit in it. I just want to bring some excitement. I had Lena here from Russia, so we were trying this couple, like month and a half, to do a couple of new looks. It was so exciting for me. Like, I just love it. I get like a little baby when I do new looks. I'm like, oh my God, it's so amazing. That's how we did it with Lena. She's amazing, and I feel like Lena's going to be one of the best stylists in Europe, and she's going to be moving in Poland. So now, guys, for all these new people, if they follow me, you can follow me on Instagram. It's Senada KXO, and my TikTok, it's getting up there too. Also, and my YouTube channel, Senada KXO at gmail.com, and just follow me and get some new subscribers and some likes, please.